Alrighty then. Movies, toys, models, or any combo of the above, what influences you when you put your builds together?
My main influence is the show itself. I don't like to go and do extravagant changes to the kits as far as the first time I buy one. I'll buy multiples of a kit and then I'll want to expand on it. But the first original one, I want it to be just like it is out of the box. That's what I want. I want that base kit so I can look at it and be like, that's the one. And then eventually buying the same kit later and doing it differently, and so I have a comparison between the two. But it's always been my influence as far as that goes.
Okay, now I've noticed when I was doing some research for this, there are some folks that go way outside the box. And when they go outside the box, they go ahead and do like crossed themes. You know, like what if the Gundams were in the Star Trek universe, or what if the Gundams were in the Star Wars universe? Do you do any of that, or you consider yourself more of a purist?
I'm more of a purist. There are a few that I've seen that I've been really inspired to do. I've seen some really creative ones where they're it's the exact same kit, but they've painted each one of them different to be all four of them members of the Ninja Turtles or the Avengers or anything like that. They'll take, especially, you know, Iron Man's an easy one to copy as far as robot to robot. But as far as what I like to do, I like to do a pure representation of what it's supposed to be. Not that I'm knocking anybody that wants to go out and above and beyond and customize. I like to try to do it as straight and narrow as possible.
Straight and narrow as possible. Now, you said you've been doing this for quite a few years, and then you had a nice pause. You know, you did it a short period of time, then a pause.
Yeah.
Thinking about all of your builds, what's your favorite build to date that you've done?
It's going to be a mouthful. It is the Master Grade.
This is normal now. For all you, don't be afraid. This all means something. It's not going to be a test afterwards. It's okay. Deep breath. Let it out.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So it is the Master Grade Sazabi Verka. Verka it stands for Virgin Kotoki. Kotoki is the guy who does, for those that have watched the 90s Gundams, Gundam Wing, he's the one that designed all those mobile suits, especially in the Endless Waltz movies, or movie. But it is a beautiful, massive kit, lots of detail. You get all the bang for your buck and a little bit more. And I probably should have brought it as an example because it is a gorgeous kit. But that's definitely, it was one of those that I had to hold off on trying to get a hold of because I wanted to make sure that my level of ability would not ruin such a nice kit and be a waste of money. But yeah, 100% favorite kit
100%.
of all time.
Okay, with that being said, we know you're pretty much knee deep into the universe and the theme. What is your number one kit that you're on the hunt for? What's your grail? If you could actually have a box delivered today, misshipped, no return address, no invoice, what would you just be ecstatic to find out that UPS, did what they do best?
Oh yeah. It wouldn't actually even be a licensed kit. It is we've been for years, for years, have been asking for what's called it's a Master Grade, which is 1/100 scale. It'd be about that tall, Kshatriya. It's a big, massive kit. It's a part of what's called the Neo-Zeon Alliance or whatever. Very, very design-wise based on Soviet era and German styles of soldier, the way that the Zeons do. But the Kshatriya is this giant kit. They have a resin kit of it that I would love to get a hold of. But my skill isn't quite there yet, but if it showed up, I'd still hold on to it until I got there.
Excellent. Now, back in the day when we were talking about things that, caught you on to this process, I am guilty. I had dabbled in this myself, but not in Gundams, though. I had got fascinated with Zords. They were easier to put together. Movable model kits, little engines inside. Glue, no. Little rubber pins, yes. And that was a lot of fun. Considering all of these things basically come from, you know, the major mech movement stems from just a few things as you go backwards in time.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything other than Gundam that you would consider going into, like maybe BattleTech, Mech Warrior, anything else that, you know, if you had the opportunity,
Yeah.
you saw it on clearance?
Yeah. There's some older ones that have now they've relaunched a new line of kits that are very reminiscent of the older ones, such as Mazinger, or you can still get Robotech kits. Zoids, they have a limited quantity, at least here in the States, that's more niche than Gundam. But it's if I were to actually see a Mazinger kit, I might actually pick that up because it's a very man in a suit style.
So it's not necessarily strictly the Gundam, but it's the, when you were discussing earlier about the lines and the mechanics and the geometry, what it kind of boils down to is it's the theme of one machine, one pilot, take on your situation.
Yeah, and that's the way the shows have always been, is, you know, you'll have the main suit with the one pilot versus an army, or, you know, a whole federation trying to, you know, fight for either human rights or, you know, independence, or, you know, whatever. But that has always been something that's been a draw to me as far as that goes.
Very, very good. Very nice.